welcome back to my channel. Apologies for the voice. I went swimming yesterday. Well, I say I went swimming, I kind of went supervising swimming yesterday because it was my son's birthday, and we took him to a water park and to bowling for him to enjoy his birthday with one of his friends. And I ended up going on one of the slides that were there, and as I was trying to get off the ring that you have to go down the slide on, I capsized and water went right up my nose and right down the back of my throat. And the worst part about that is it burnt like anything, especially up this side. So but I've not been 100% with my throat since I had to have another tube replaced. So if you watched my previous video, you will see that I mentioned that I'd had to have my tube replaced because my other one had come out, and that was in about September, I think it was. And I'd spoken to Gastro and I was waiting to have a Peg J placed. The idea was to fit my Peg J hopefully by the 14th of November, so that I could enjoy my birthday myself and Christmas and everything without being in too much pain. But obviously, because of the fact that it takes me longer to heal, and given the fact that hospitals are inundated with patients, and it's flu season as well as COVID still around, it kind of became inevitable that chances are I wasn't going to be seen before New Year. And then to top it all off, about 3 weeks after I spoke to my gastric doctor, I phoned because we were having postal strikes, and I phoned the endoscopy department to see whether I'd be informed about it, just in case there was an off chance they did fit me in. I phoned to see if I would be told any other means other than a letter, and they told me that I wasn't written down to have any procedures done. They didn't even know about the fact that I needed to have a Peg J, and that I didn't see me on a waiting list at all. And that was 3 weeks after, so I'd basically been waiting around for 3 weeks on the off chance I may get a phone call, and I hadn't even been put on a list. So I was a bit annoyed about that, really ticked off about it, if I'm honest, because waiting times are already at an all-time high, and then to find out that you've wasted 3 weeks on a waiting list that you thought you were on, to find out that you're not on it, like, that was harsh. So I'm hoping I'm on it now. And then I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago on Monday, I had this tube placed because my other one had flipped. I was out 3 weeks ago at the shop, and my tube, I was on feed and I was just in the shop, and I said to Phil that I might have to slow my feed down because for some reason what rate I was on wasn't tolerating me that day. And then I started getting hiccups and you know, like them hiccupy type burps that you get. Well, because my feeding tube bypasses my stomach and goes into my bowel, I don't usually taste anything when, like, or do anything like that unless I'm being fed into my stomach. So of course I was like, okay, this is not right. And then I kind of did a hiccup burp, and I could taste my feed, so I had to physically stop my feed there and then, because I didn't want to bring my tube and the feed back up with it in the shop in particular. And then I made a few calls when I got home, and they told me they couldn't fit me into endoscopy till the week after. I thought they were going to say, come in, have an x-ray, we'll check it's in the right place, and then you can continue to use it. But they didn't. They just told me that if my tube was to come out fully, that I would have to go to the surgical assessment unit and be admitted, which confused the hell out of me, because I was like, they're only fitting an NJ tube, why do I have to go to surgical assessment unit? The only reason I'd have to do that is if they're giving me surgery, and this was about a week before the deadline to fit my Peg J. So of course I started thinking, oh crap, they're going to do that, and I've got a load of things planned this month, like, because I honestly thought it's going to be New Year. And then what happened then was I got another phone call off my dietitian, because I had an appointment with her and she said you need to go to SAU so they can check placement if your tube stays in your face, and then if they see that it's flipped, they will fit it in endoscopy, a new one. And I was like, so I'm not getting my Peg J? She said no, and I was like, oh, thank God for that. Like, don't get me wrong, I want my face back, and I know that a Peg J is going to give me a better chance of being able to feel less nauseous and things like that, because I can use my G tube to vent and to drain certain things, and obviously I'll be fed through the jejunostomy area, the jejunal port. So you know, this will be like a lot better for me, and it'll give me my face back and everything will be great, and I'm really excited to get my face back. But at the same time, it's like I have so much planned this month, and obviously with it being my son's birthday this month, and you know, I have my daughter's taking me out on Tuesday for my birthday, which isn't for another 6 weeks, but she's taking me out for my birthday, and then and then on Thursday I'm getting my first ever tattoo, which I'm really excited about, and then what else have I got coming up? Oh, I have a hair appointment in December because my hair is just a nightmare. Like, it's got so many split ends on it, and it's getting too long for me to handle without doing something to my shoulder. So I'm getting my hair cut. I've booked for the kids, the girls in particular, to get the nails done on the 17th, and then I have a night out planned. Had I had my tube placed, I would not be able to do any of that. So I'm kind of glad that it's not happening until New Year now. The only downside is obviously I'm hoping this tube lasts me until I can get my Peg J. I have a very sneaky suspicion it's not going to last, but we'll just have to wait and see. I've got everything crossed that it lasts, because going through gastroscope through endoscopy to fit a new tube is just, it's not pleasant, it's horrendous, and I've had nothing but a blister on the inside of my nose now for the best part of almost 2 weeks, and it's not helpful. I've put Vaseline in and everything, and obviously getting a bunch of water shoved up your nose yesterday has definitely not helped, but that's pretty much what I've been getting up to. And because I call my tube Nelly, which I'm now technically on Nelly number 5, this is my 5th tube, my 4th overall this year, then I have decided to go out and buy some Dumbo tubey tapes. So I have another one here. Look how cute these are. So I have different like type of ones, but look how cute they are. I was like, I have to get them, they're just too adorable. For those that are like, you know, ancient like me, and want to know why, you know, and that are not ancient, sorry, like me, and want to know why I call my tube Nelly, is because Nelly is an elephant. You know, you've heard the song, Nelly the elephant packed a trunk, said goodbye to the circus, yada yada yada. Well, because this hangs from my nose, I call her Nelly, and I'm now on Nelly number 5. Funny story, long-winded story, very cut down, very, very short. Obviously I had my first tube fitted in April 2021, and then it got taken off me in October of 2021, and then 5 weeks later it was determined I needed to have my tube replaced because of the pandemic and because of waiting times. I had to wait an additional 5 months, which obviously wasted most of my muscle mass completely away from me. And then I saw my new GI doctor as well, and he fitted my tube within about 4 days of seeing him. So that was Nelly number 2. And then that lasted me till about September, and then I went in because my other tube came out. It was probably due to be changed anyway, but I went in, they changed my tube. Doctor was like, I think it's flipped. So he sent me for x-ray. I was in the department for 7 hours. They basically changed my tube, x-rayed, seen that it flipped for sure, and then waited for sedation to wear off enough so that they could give me more sedation. Not that it does much to me anyway, but they could give me more sedation. It just stops me from choking, basically. And then they went back down again and fitted Nelly number 4. So I had Nelly number 3, that flipped again, and then Nelly number 4, all in the same day. And then obviously that lasted 6 weeks, and then I ended up with Nelly number 5. So yeah, kind of hoping that this one lasts. I have my what have I got coming up? So other than obviously my tattoo, my daughter taking me out, nails, hair, things like that for Christmas, and my birthday, I have my colorectal surgical appointment coming up. Now, this was supposed to have taken place on the 1st of November. And for a bit of a back history, if you haven't seen my previous videos, I went for sigmoidoscopy back in the beginning of September because I basically developed a prolapse, and they determined that it was a mucosal rectal prolapse, and I have a 120-degree angle of rectocele. In order to fix it, they would have to basically cut away the excess mucosa, push things back in and push a mesh in, like put some sort of mesh in, and then stitch everything in. But the doctor told me that my tissues were too friable to do that, so the stitches would not hold, which means the mesh would just come back out again. So I'm basically on type laxatives on fairly regularly. I'm to continue doing irrigation for now, and when I told my irrigation nurse that my prolapse was okay at the time, it was kind of one of those things, it would come out and I was able to push it back in, but then it got to a point where part of it I'm not allowed to, I can't physically push it back in anymore, and as soon as I sit back down I can push it in, within 10 seconds it's back out again. I physically cannot get it to stay. And I got told to try cold compresses and everything, and she said to me, I think you're going to be looking at surgery. And I explained to her that I can't have the surgery because I've got too much friable tissue, thanks to my elastin loss, and she just said that's not the type of surgery I was thinking of, and then mentioned that I may be going straight for a stoma, whether that be a colostomy or a ileostomy, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that we can work around that because it's not something that mentally I'm kind of wanting nor expecting to happen. I'm hoping that she's wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just, you know, I'm still getting my head around having a peg J fitted, so trying to get your head around the fact that you need to have a stoma on top of that, or there's a likelihood that you may need to have a stoma on top of that, is pretty darn hard. But, you know, if it stopped me from making myself worse by, you know, having incontinence and stuff, and my prolapse, I've been told that by a doctor that my prolapses will get worse, and eventually things will just escalate, so something will need to be done at some point. I just don't know when, so it's all up to the surgeon, and I don't see her till the 30th of November. She may decide to go ahead with the mesh. She may decide to do a few more tests first, but right now I'm just a bit concerned and a bit worried that in the prolonged situation is going to be that I'm going to end up needing either a colostomy or an ileostomy. But we'll just have to wait and see, but I will keep you guys posted. So this is just a quick video to let you guys know that I'm still here. It's been pretty weird and hectic the last few months. I've also started trauma therapy, which has kind of had my moods all over the place. So yeah, that's not been easy. I still have 4 more sessions. No, sorry, tell a lie. I have 3 more sessions of trauma therapy, and then hopefully I will be able to kind of take that next step at doing things to better my situations that I've had to deal with in the past. So things are moving. on top of that, I've also had all of my children have been quite poorly with nasty colds and vomiting bugs and nasty coughs and everything, and it's just been like a really hectic couple of weeks. So there's like a little fruit fly flying around and it's really doing my head in. So if you saw that on the camera, I apologise. Not really sure where it's come from, but so yeah, this is pretty much like I have been really hectic, so I apologise that like I've not been on sharing videos and stuff, but I never really know what you guys want to know or what you want to hear or anything like that. So if you have any suggestions about things that might be helpful to you or things that you might want to hear, then please just comment them below and I'll be happy to share. Like I said, I will be speaking to the colorectal surgeon on the 30th of November. So when I know more about what the plan is and how we're going to move forward, I will let you guys know. And yeah, I hope that you guys are well and you're taking care. And I hope that you sleep well, because it's currently midnight here and it's the only time I've had a chance to sit down without any children and anyone around me, and while the dog's calm as well, to do a video. So I hope you guys are well and I will speak to you again soon. Thank you so much for watching and all your support. And as always, if you want more information or you want to follow my journey further and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure that you do. I'm gonna attempt to try and film more regularly, different content for you guys. I have got a list of content that I would like to share with you guys, so stay tuned and stay posted, and like I said, just subscribe and then you'll know about what it is that I'm posting and when. So thanks again and I'll speak to you soon. Bye guys.